Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rocky Mountain View Sports Talk. Our topic today in the sporting world is social media, things like Twitter and Facebook, and things where people can just top down what they're thinking on their minds and get it out there. And athletes have started to use this a lot over the last year. It really became a big topic of conversation in the sports world back in the NFL playoffs when Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler was injured with a knee injury and left the game, and certain athletes, football players, put tweets out immediately questioning his toughness and his heart for the game, led by mainly Maurice Jones-Drew, the biggest name of the people commenting on Twitter at the time. Now, Jones-Drew and others all gave apologies afterwards, as the next day when they got the medical diagnosis of a grade 2 MCL sprain, which means that there is a tear in the MCL. If you've been paying attention to sports lately, there's a big story going on now with Rashard Mendenhall and some tweets he made on his Twitter account regarding 9/11 and his view on people celebrating the death of Osama bin Laden. This has made a huge impact on the sports world, not necessarily the sport itself, but the way that people look at the athletes and people look at how, some of their thoughts are seen. A lot of people didn't like the way that certain athletes came out and criticized Jay Cutler right off the bat before they even knew a medical diagnosis. And, I myself disagree with anyone coming out and commenting before they know really what is going on. Same thing with Rashard Mendenhall. 9/11 is a big thing here in the United States. It's a very tragic event. And when someone comes out questioning the mastermind behind 9/11, questioning people celebrating his death, questioning whether Rashard even gave a tweet where he was kind of seemed like he didn't believe that Osama bin Laden was actually behind 9/11. This is going to cause a huge uproar. It already has in the city of Pittsburgh where he plays, and the team of the Steelers immediately released a statement saying they did not agree with or condone the words that were said or tweeted by Rashard Mendenhall, of course, starting running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another thing that, right now the NFL is kind of in limbo because of the lockout and all. But once things get started, the season gets together, and there is a league again, you can expect to see possible fines given towards Rashard Mendenhall, or even a suspension given to him either by the team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the league. And there's a possibility that he could even, lose his spot on the roster. People talk about the right to freedom of speech. People forget the right to freedom of speech. All that is saying that you're not going to get arrested for what you say. You can still lose your job for things you decide to say if it is detrimental or will hurt, your organization, your company, give your job a bad rep. You can lose your job over that. That's not illegal. That's not firing somebody over what they said is not violating their freedom of speech. People get a little tied up and don't really know what freedom of speech is. I do believe that there should be some consequences, a hefty fine, and possible suspension. And like I said, a blue-collar city like Pittsburgh, I would not be surprised if I saw Rashard Mendenhall either traded or cut from the roster altogether. But that has been what we have to talk about today on Rocky Mountain View Sports Talk. If you'd like, you can check out the website at RockyMountainViewSportsTalk.com, or you can also check out my blogs at MikeL33sportstalk.wordpress.com. Thank you.